What's up everybody, it's Sean here, and I am back today to give you guys a review of the J-Tips collaboration with Saucony on this Grid Shadow 2 from the What's the Occasion pack. So this is the follow-up collaboration between Bronx-based creative J-Tips with Saucony. Following up on their highly successful Grid Azura 2000 collaboration, which dropped earlier this year, now they're releasing two colorways of the Grid Shadow 2, which released in limited quantities earlier at ComplexCon, but then there's going to be a wider worldwide release on December 8th. So these retailed for a price of $160 US or $200 here in Canada. And I want to give a huge thank you over to Saucony Canada. Thank you so much for sending me both pairs of this collection. So this pack is nicknamed What's the Occasion, and there's two colorways. This one, which is the blue colorway, or also known as the Wear to a Date colorway, whereas the brown colorway, that one is nicknamed the Wear to the Party colorway. And I've reviewed the Grid Shadow 2 on my channel before, but if you've noticed, all those past reviews, the colorways have been a bit more on the muted side, for example with the Color Plus Company collabs. So this pack is a complete 180. Both colorways are extremely vibrant, extremely loud, which is 100% right up the alley of J-Tips. So first things first, here's a quick look at the packaging, and as you can probably guess, the packaging of this shoe is probably equally as loud as the shoes themselves. So the top of the lid is done in this purple color. We have J-Tips branding along with the words "in collaboration with Saucony Originals." And then on this side, it's done in green with the name of the pack, What's the Occasion. On the back of the lid, we have this silhouette of J-Tips, and same thing with the bottom of the lid too. You can see we have more unique drawings, so you can tell that this box is a very fun, playful box, like I said, just like the shoes. So diving into the details of this shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, this is covered in this vibrant blue colored open style mesh, but underneath this, we have another layer of more of a tightly wound mesh beneath. Right above this in the center, we have this dark teal colored nubuck, and then surrounding the front toe cap, we have a pale blue or light blue colored nubuck with the word "Forever" embroidered on the lateral side in red. And then overlaid on top of this, we have this shaggy teal colored suede. Covering the eyelets, we have a dark teal colored nubuck, and then the top two eyelets are covered in this magenta colored TPU. Underneath this in the middle, we have this peach colored TPU layer, which forms the shape of the Saucony stripe, and then next to this, we have more of that blue colored mesh that we saw on the toe box. Covering the bottom of the shoe, we have more of that long-haired suede, along with this textured light blue colored layer, and this runs down the length of the shoe, wrapping around the back. So towards the heel, we have more of that dark teal colored nubuck, and then embroidered on the bottom of the heel, we have the word Savior, which is J-Tips' clothing brand. Above this, we have this globe logo, and then above that, we have this multicolor floral pattern, and the heel is finished off with more of that blue colored mesh at the very top. As far as laces go, so these come with two different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is a pale blue colored flat lace, but they also come with another pair of laces. These ones are done in teal. Underneath this, the tongue is covered in this woven material. It's done in this pale blue color, and we have Saucony grid branding embroidered on the right foot in red, along with the word Tips, and this floral logo in this pink color. The interior of the shoe and the back of the tongue, this is covered in an off-white colored mesh liner. And then taking a look at the insoles, so these come with a foamed line insole. We have Saucony Grid Shadow branding found on the heel of the right foot, and then on the heel of the left foot, we have a graphic of a globe, and then on the forefoot, we have the words "Wear to a Date." So the upper of the Grid Shadow 2 sits atop this foam midsole, which is painted in this pink color, but we have a pale green hit on the heel. Encased within the midsole but not visible to the eye, we have Saucony's grid technology, which helps with impact protection and energy return. This sits underneath the heel, and then turning the shoe over to the bottom, the outsole here is crafted using a mix of teal and black colored rubber. We have these triangular nubs on the forefoot and this diamond shaped wedge of foam in the middle, and then on the heel we have this diamond shaped rubber insert in black, along with the Saucony wordmark right above it. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, so my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. Saucony Canada sent me over these in a size 10, and they fit me, but they are a snug fit. There was just under an index finger's width space between the top of the shoe and the top of my big toe, so it was pretty much an exact fit with not much room to wiggle. So for those of you guys who prefer more of a roomy, generous fit, then go up a half size. For me though, rocking these true to size, I didn't find that they were uncomfortable, but you can kind of feel your toe kind of jamming against the top of the shoe. So I don't know if this shoe is gonna break in over time. Hit me up on IG maybe in a few months time, and by then I'll probably have a better sense of how these fit once they're really worn and broken in. In terms of the comfort, so overall the shoe is pretty good. It's not going to be the most comfortable sneaker in my collection, but for a chunky retro sneaker, I think it does the job of being balanced in that it gives you a little bit of plushness underfoot, but not being overly soft and mushy, and it's not overly rigid as well. And the upper of the shoe is very lightweight and airy, that's a bonus, so there's no break-in time required. Right from the get-go, those materials feel super soft, very broken in, so I'd say that it's a decent shoe for comfort, but really nothing too outstanding. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, material quality I have to say was really nice. Everything from the nubucks, the shaggy suedes, you could really tell that the materials used were a bit more on the premium side. All those leathers that they used didn't have a synthetic feel whatsoever. But being that I'm not completely new to Saucony, you guys can tell I've reviewed their stuff many times on my channel before, it's really not that big of a surprise. I think they're one of, if not the most, slept on major sneaker brand in the industry right now. And in terms of the build and the craftsmanship, same thing. I thought the panels were consistent. They lined up my left foot and the right foot. The stitch job was immaculate. There really wasn't any glue stains that I could see. And the paint job was solid, not perfect, but it was pretty good. So I think you guys will be pretty happy with how these turn out once you get these in hand. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet. I'll lace them up for you and I'll show you guys how these look. If you're a fan of a chunky retro sneaker and you're not afraid of a little bit of color, I think that this J-Tips Saucony collaboration will be right up your alley. He does not play it safe, and both colorways in this pack are perfect examples, but even though there's so much going on with this shoe, I think the colors actually work together, and I think the end result, they look beautiful on foot. Is this going to be a shoe for everyone? Definitely not. Saucony in itself still is kind of more of a niche brand, even though they've been making a lot of strides to become much more on the radar of the mainstream, but it's not going to be an overnight thing. And same thing with this colorway, it is very vibrant, very loud, so I can see why a lot of people aren't fans of this colorway, but for me, I think it's absolute fire. There's going to be a place and time to wear these, obviously not every day, but these will be a head turner for sure. So I am going to review the brown colorway separately, so I didn't want to give my final verdict about which pair I like most yet. So stay tuned to that video as well. That's where I'll give my final thoughts between the two colorways. But in the meantime, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this J-Tips Saucony Grid Shadow 2 in this blue colorway? What are your thoughts on this pair? Is this one that you plan on picking up? Were you lucky and grabbed one early at ComplexCon? Leave your comments down below. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8, follow me on X or Twitter at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So before I end this video, another huge thank you goes out to Saucony Canada. Thank you so much for sending me over this pack, and thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for your continued love and support, and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.